Happy Saturday, class. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope the daily post and assignments on each post have been getting you to think and getting you to forward think and helping you to really tap into self and to really understand the root causes of a lot of the things that we think, say, and do. It's really in repairing those things can we see a better tomorrow. I know that in the current events and news that it's a lot of weird things going on, but for some reason I truly feel like this is just a storm and it's going to get better on the other end. So stay focused, stay positive, and let's keep moving forward. I have been working very diligently in staffing our new history, Black United States of America, and staffing that and establishing our rights to self-govern and to do things for our community the way that it needs to be done. We're not wrong for that. Everywhere that you see, every population, every community are basically being accountable for their folks, and we are the only ones who are last to do so. That's why the Bible says the last will now be first. We are the last, and why we will be first is because we are on a large scale. I've also learned that we are our own hindrance, and it requires us to heal within self in order to unite. As we all say that we need to unite, we fail to unite because a lot of us are facing ego. A lot of us are facing gatekeeping, insecurities, jealousies, instead of just being present and comfortable and appreciative of who they are, what your gift is, and respecting the lane that you're in, right? Because there's only one of you. God made no mistakes, and you just got to tap in with your individualities in order for us to unite correctly. When there's so many frequencies out of place, we cannot connect. So that's why I heavily focus on healing within self, understanding and overstanding the emotions that you have when certain things poke at it. And once you understand it and not evaluate it in a victim mindset, but more of a leadership mindset, then we'll get closer and closer to where we need to be. Now, depending on where you are, it's cool, it's okay, because there's stages. I never seen a rose bush rush a seed to blossom. Okay, so wherever you are, it is okay. That means that your time will come when your time will come. The ones who are fully blossomed and is ready to go, those are the ones that need to be up front, ready to go, ready to serve, ready to do. So while the other people who are still in season of learning and growing and healing and doing all the work that they need to do, can observe the activities of those who are ready to go. Okay? And in terms of breaking a 400-year cycle, in order to break a 400-year cycle, we really have to visit new alternative ways to move forward. And the easiest part of this mission is already knowing and understanding the grievances that the communities is facing, because again, this is a 200 to 400 year issue. It's been repetitive. So being that it's repetitive, also translate it into being systematic. And anything that's systematic, it gives you the root place of where to lay most of your observation. And we found that we are missing in the U.S. code, okay? Now, there is a title, when you go to the uscode.gov, there's a title that is titled Aliens, right? Once you locate that title that says Aliens, I believe it's 4 or 8. Actually, let me find out for you. because I should know this by heart. But I've been dealing with a lot of numbers. So give me a second. I'm going to find it for you right as we speak. Let's do this now. Okay, so it's 8. Okay, Title 8 is listed as, so that's US Code .house.gov is the website if you want to follow along with me. Okay, then you locate Title 8. It's labeled in title, so it's an easy find. And then it's listed as aliens and nationality, right? So aliens and nationality, so all the freedmen rights that you've learned about in history 1, 2, 3, and all the other history classes was related to African Americans, indigenous. The thing with the names is that we come from 4 corners of the world, so we identify with so many titles. There were so many different tribes and the like. So we have been placed under Chapter 4. When you click Title 8 and you go to Chapter 4, originally we were freedmen, okay? But if you click on Chapter 4, you'll notice that the section that popped up, which is 61 to 65, have been omitted. That means it's been removed, okay? So if it's been removed, that means that there's no protective laws there. Important to know. Now, if we go to Chapter 3, where with Martin Luther King and that whole civil rights movement, that landed here in Chapter 3. If you notice, a lot of that is being transferred and repealed. That's important to pay attention to. So going back to the previous lessons about protective laws for the minority against the tyranny of the majority, and vice versa, majority against the tyranny of the minority. That's why it's so important, because the U.S. Code is that protection for the minority against the tyranny of the majority. Now, we had some protective laws in here, as you saw, for freedmen and the civil rights. Those were some of the protective laws for the majority. Now that they're removed, you want to ask yourself a question. What protective laws do you have against any tyranny activity against you? Welcome to History 4.1, Breaking a 400-Year Cycle. That's what we are going to establish in this class. Do your reading, do your assignments, and we will overcome. I am Professor Reverend Dr. Christina Clement. Thank you for your time. Until our next class.